Guys, Deluded Gooner, you guys have seen my preview in regards to Arsenal versus Manchester United, so let's use the tactics board. Every so often, the tactics board can be used. I don't like to use it by force for every fixture, but when it's a big game like this, going against someone who doesn't like us in Jose Mourinho, Wenger and Jose, say what you want about both of them. They're two extremely good managers. Tactical masterclass is on the cards, and they're both likely to cancel each other out, and there's likely to be a lot of mind games, meticulous planning, playing coy on players' fitness in the lead up to Saturday, so we can use this. So I'm just going to go through a couple things I feel we have to watch out for. Now, I've watched United a lot this season, specifically as well. I watched them against Watford. Yes, there was a lot of changes. Yes, they're obviously going to play a different way versus Watford, no disrespect to them, they've been in good form. Then against another family of the top six, like for instance, you saw Pogba. We know this season because Matic was signed, Pogba can go further forward, but there was times Pogba, especially in the first half, had no interest of being in his own half, in my opinion, and it was all down to Matic. You're not going to see that in a big game. You'll see Matic and Pogba, and if they play a free, which I think they should against United, if I was the manager, Arsenal, if I was the manager, sorry, you might see something different. But let's talk about it. Now, we know they're skilled with playing 4-3-3. They're skilled with 3-5-2 or any different variations of 3 at the back. Admittedly, against Watford, it did at times look like a 3-4-3 and it did look like a 3-5-2. So let's start with the 3-5-2 now. Insert however many defenders are there. I've spoken with some Manchester United supporting friends and they're playing a bit coy on the fitness. I'm going to assume Bailey plays. I think Jones might miss out. So let's just say Smalling, Bailey and Lindelof because he was in good form, or insert whatever United centre half you want there. Now, if it's 3-5-2, we know what to expect. This is what I think he might go with, purely because Rashford and for Rashford's purpose, and he's played Rashford in every game they've played in the Premier League. So Rashford and Lukaku, the midfield men, and obviously the fullbacks and the centre halves. Now, if they play like this, first thing that screams out to me, you've got to stop these men. You've got to stop this. Valencia is a former winger. He knows how to cross a football. Don't allow him to cross. We need to get out there, stop that cross. Because you'll see, man, like Lukaku, you can say Lukaku watches the game and stuff. You see it when it comes to crosses. He's there pointing where he wants the crosses. You'll see him lurking. Look, the cross is coming in here. You'll see him making that move. And he might score. The same goes for Ashley Young, a better crosser than Valencia, another former winger playing at left back. We can't let him take us down the line, check in, and put a whip cross behind back post, because you'll see Lukaku, you'll see Pogba making a late run, hell, even maybe Matic and players like that. So that's one thing we ultimately can't look out for. Now, if I base it on what I saw against Watford to a degree, give me some time, people. That's 5 there. That's 5 there. Sorry, people. This is what I saw to a degree against Watford. A 3-4-3, if that makes sense. The centre halves, they weren't being put under that much pressure. The midfielders, Pogba was a bit further forward because they're playing Watford again. No disrespect, but what did you see? You saw excellent. In fact, it weren't really like that's Lingard. So let me not lie. And that's Lukaku and Martial. What did you see? You saw Martial taking times to come in and go out. I personally think against Arsenal, he needs to be more direct because both sides are very narrow. But you saw that. You saw Lukaku coming deep. You saw him making runs. You saw Lingard had a very good game against Watford. You saw him making runs, getting in the thick of it. You saw them interchanging. You saw that. That's one thing we need to watch out for. We can't afford for the interchanging business, and we can't follow everyone. We can let them interchange, but we need to be rigid in front of them and allow it, because they'll pull out and pick spaces. Typically, you see Lukaku at times from a counter as well with the front three. He'll pull onto the last man and then make a run. All it takes is one clip ball over the top and he's beat his man. You can say Lukaku's not the fastest. You can say all this banter and all these things, but in the straight line, he scares a lot of people, and me included. People, I'm not even gonna lie to you. United, when they smell blood on a counter attack, we can't afford to get caught up the pitch. Like I've said, let me push them a bit deeper. We can't afford to get caught high up the pitch, because you'll see them break. You'll see Rashford. You'll see someone else. You'll see Lukaku. They'll make darting runs. We can't afford for that. Now, if we focus on Arsenal specifically for a moment, where are the things now? Sorry, people. Like an idiot. Just dropped them on the floor. Forgive me. I'm back. My beautiful face is back. One big thing I don't want to see. I don't want to see this from set pieces, because this is what's going to happen. Now, to help paint the picture a tiny bit, I've added a bit more defenders for you guys, people. But the back post. Now, the blue is Arsenal, obviously, and the red's United. Obviously, I want the red to be Arsenal, but just for this. Obviously, I want to draw your attention to this. Now, this is Monreal, and this could even be Bellerin on the other side. We can't allow them to pin us back post. If I'm United and they've got a considerable height advantage, you're obviously going to make use of your set pieces, your free kicks, your corners, your etc., etc. And what have we got? They've got a size advantage, but who's the smallest in our back line? The fullbacks, the Bellerins, and Monreal. Added to that, they're not they're not the best in the air. You've seen them pin time and time again against many sides, Chelsea, Palace, etc., etc. So if we use that logic, if you're Jose, what are you going to do? You're going to say set pieces, spin it back post. If Czech don't make it, Monreal is not going to beat Lukaku, Matic, Fellaini if he's fit, which I don't think he is, and etc. All of these tall guys. So if they go 2 versus 1, Monreal doesn't have a chance. We need to mark up properly. I don't think there is much we can do to a degree from set pieces, bar do our job. I'd like to see some man marking and do our job in that regard. But yeah, man, the height advantage is a bit mad. Forgive me as I draw up the next thing I want to bring attention to you guys, man. And this is actually in regards to Arsenal. And I'm forgetting about the colours as I'm making this video. Apologies, people, of what the colours represent. Now, if that's the back three. Romelu Lukaku. Now, some people say he needs to show more, he needs to do this and that. Personally, I see a man who's trying to get in the thick of it. He is low on confidence, but I see someone who's trying to get in the thick of it. I see somebody dropping and things like that. We need him dropping. We don't need him here. He's dangerous here. He's dangerous making these runs here. When crosses are coming in, you typically always see him lose his man and then pull it in the back of the net. And you can bet, regardless of his form, this is a game for him to score and kickstart. If he scores in this, he'll start scoring on the madness again. But what I mean by that is we need to get on his first touch, and that's not me bantering about his first touch. He's got good hold-up play, but it's been shocking this season. We need to get on that. We need to force him back. Like I said, if we force him back, he's away from our goal. If he's away from our goal, he's in no way he can threaten us. And then we can push up. Not too much, car. We don't want to get caught in a foot race with him, but we can push up. Obviously, if we push up, we can have more of a chance of trying to score and things like that. United smell blood, so we can't... United smell blood, so what I mean by that is if they get one, they can get more. If they get a counter-attack, they're going to get more. We can't allow that. The channels, for me, I've already shown you, we can't let the front three get into channels, get into little pockets of space and things like that. And I want to bring your attention to a certain midfield. Now, like I've already told you, if I was United, I'd throw Ander Herrera in there, depending on... I don't think Matic will be fit for this, but I would make three midfielders. But if it's just Matic and Pogba, which has been all season, what have you typically seen? People were saying last year, Pogba can't get into positions where he can threaten because he needs to build, and that's true. But what do you typically see now for United? Matic will go and receive the ball. That's not a good example, apologies. Matic will go and receive the ball for his centre-half partners. He will go and receive it. So Pogba's up there. Now, you can't mark Pogba, because if you mark Pogba, he goes here sometimes, he does all of these things. We'll leave a mad gap. But what you can do is get onto Matic. You get onto Matic, you stop this distribution. Pogba's going to be here like, hey, I ain't got the ball. If he's not getting the ball up here, naturally what's someone going to do, like I told you with Lukaku? Drop. If he drops, half the job done. You see it, guys. I honestly think the team who utilizes the flanks the best in this game is someone that's going to win. Because I feel both sides, especially United and us, because we're used to wingers, but United are used to them mad number 7s. There's not really anyone that will take people on. There's people that have the... Apologies, the battery's low. There's people that have the physical capabilities, but there's not people that are going to continuously doing it. We can't let the crosses happen. It doesn't matter if it's a 3-4-3 like I've already shown you, or it's a 3-5-2. There's just certain things we can't do. Shape, why does that keep happening, guys? Shape is key for me, man. No crosses, retain our shape. Be brave in possession, because I mean, if we look at it, they put in a lot of crosses. We know we're going to be up against it. We was up against it against Spurs. We was up against it against Burnley. We know they're going to put in a lot of crosses. We know they utilize their crosses. They've scored the most goals, and they've scored a lot late goals. So we need to remain rigid, regardless whether it's the first minute or the 90th. What did you see against Spurs? What did you see against Spurs when they bagged it? It was dying embers, long ball. Lukaku flicked on and they scored because Spurs collectively in defence switched off. We can't allow for these things. I think we've had on average more touches and more passes than them, so that shows you we're more fluid than them. Yes, they score a lot of goals and it doesn't really make sense, but they do have a problem in regards to fluidity. So if in the unlikely event that we decide to play football, I back our midfield versus theirs, and they should back theirs, to be honest. It's a fantastic spectacle. Contrary to reports, they actually are like 14th for clean for long balls, so they're not really that much of a long ball side, even though you see it often. They keep a lot of clean sheets. They've got De Gea and they've got a good defensive system, as you would expect under Jose. But I do believe that back three that back three of whoever there can be got at, apart from Bailly, because Bailly's 30, but you can get at them, test their touch, create problems, make them force it into nowhere. Don't let them play. Don't let them get into their midfielders. There's just certain things we can do. I would love to win, but realistically, we'd take a point. We know we're probably going to concede. Yeah, we actually score higher than United for tackles as well. I didn't even expect that one. Where both sides are fourth and fifth respectively for shots. Yeah, man, we're second for corners, which is ridiculous, and United are sixth. So this tells you stats might not always tell the full story. But yeah, they're a defensive, very good defensive side. So if we go a goal down, I don't really want to have to chase the game versus a rigid side, because they're good at counter attacking as well. And they'll hit us and go for two. I want us to be brave. I want us to be proactive. I want us to force their midfielders to drop deep. I want us to just ultimately have a go. I want our line to press high, not too high, because I don't want them to get in foot races with Lukaku, with Rashford, who pings into spaces. In fact, Rashford's spaces is very underrated in that regards. But yeah, man, there's not really that much more to be said apart from, oh yeah, and I would like to see no zonal marking. I'd like to see us not give away dumb fouls on the edge of our area, because you saw Ashley Young. Monreal was clearly going to be targeted, as is Bellerin. We need to be switched on from first minute to 90th. And yeah, there's not really that much more to be said apart from thank you very much for watching, to be honest with you guys. I don't feel I've missed anything else out in this tactics board. If I have, if you've missed anything, I'm happy to go over it again. But yeah, Deluded Guna, I'm signing out. There's not much more to be said, man. I'm out.